Welcome back to another episode of Rate My Ads, and for today we're going to focus on landscape gardeners. And to help me review the ads we've seen from UK landscape gardeners today, I present to you my colleague, Mr. Ashley Holloway.
Hello.
Okay, so landscape gardeners, the idea is you want to get as many leads in as possible, get a consistent flow of leads all the time, and it's probably a decision which people aren't taking lightly. It's one that they're going to have a bit of decision making to get around it, a bit convincing, a bit persuading, and probably even in the household, someone's persuading someone else that this is a good idea and they should get the work done over spending it on anything else.
And, we've seen a mixture of ads, but we've still not really seen anyone in the actual trading industry, any really actually perform great ads that, that could probably generate like more leads. We've seen ads that are kind of a bit lazy, or that definitely could be added on in terms of adding a landing page, which is very simple, but again will help the process of generating more leads and quality of leads. Because I think what a lot of tradesmen get is time wasters, and I think it's important that you can try and qualify the lead in terms of what they actually want from you as well. I've seen some, that say like, oh, we do fencing, and then I see 100,000 comments like, oh, give me a quote and all that. Better to try and lead them to somewhere, to a page, to your website, just to guide them away from that kind of mess, as we'd call it.
Yeah, make it easy for yourselves, because what we're going to show you is some of the ads which they're almost there, they've got good ideas, but what we can build upon it and actually get results for you, but also allow your lives to be easier. Because yes, you can get inquiries, but actually managing them properly and like actually getting high quality leads is the ultimate goal. So we're going to start with today, shout out Goldings Gardeners Limited from Bristol. And as you can see, this is the ad they're currently showing to people in around the Bristol area, and they're paying for that to appear in people's timelines. Straight away, what is quite good is the image at least stops people from scrolling. Having your dog suited up with all the gear at least stops people as they're scrolling, because that's all you need to do at first is hunt attention. But what we also notice is it's a bit of a muddle what they're asking you to do. Like the better quality ads make it really easy for the customer to say, what do you want them to do? But what these guys are doing is, right, need new fencing, great opener, but a free quotation, either call this number, email us, or down in the bottom, send a message here. And if you're not immediately on the lookout for new fencing, or you want to know more about them, or you need a bit of pushing and persuading, this is only going to be right for people who are like ready to buy right then. And that's the only ad they're running.
Yeah. This is, we generally like, I mean, I see this most of the times from this type of industry, like with all the tradesmen, really like, this is clearly something that Facebook have said, press this button and you'll get more reach. So, like that, you're not actually going to target people in your area or the ones that you really want to actually target. You could target someone that's actually been looking around for fencing. And then, for example, if you've got a pixel or something like that, that could pick it up, and then they would target that person about your business. For this at the moment, like we've decided we're not going to be critical, are we, James?
Not overly critical. Positive.
We're not, because at the end of the day, this company have attempted to run something, which is great. But as I said, like there's more to it than what you could really do with this ad. A great image straight away, what you said will stop someone from looking. I mean, someone looking, sorry, not from looking, will stop someone from scrolling away from it. But I think in terms of like the detail, like where this customer's going to go, it probably won't generate much, or the quality of lead would be quite poor anyway, in my opinion.
I think as well, what Facebook does really well, like I said, is it gets you to press that boost post button. But I'd imagine maybe what Golding's Gardeners are doing is they're not sure really what's working, because they're guiding people to call them, to email them, and to press that send a message button. Like, it's not fully measurable. And Boost Post is all out there to get as many impressions as possible, but not to convert people. And so we'll go on to the next one, which they're almost like a level above, or they've experimented a bit more. But shout against Golding's Gardeners. The image is great. If you actually had a full funnel after it and actually generating leads and inquiries from it, that ad would outperform a lot of the ads we're going to go through and see in a second. So, Nottingham Landscapes and Garden Designer, straightforward name. Obviously works well in SEO, and that's probably where a lot of these businesses did get their names from, is what can get us to the top of Google rankings or make it easy to find in Yellow Pages. So if we just go through, these are the ads that are currently live that they're running at the minute. As you can see, like, the copy is quite straightforward, and they get over that we put blood, sweat and tears into what we achieve, and they are directing to their website. So all of these different ads, they're testing different images, and Book Now, Shop Now, etc. You can see that with Facebook ads, you can direct them somewhere. It's not just going to be on Instagram and Facebook. You can take them somewhere to book your business. But even though these guys are experimenting, you can see there's 6 different ones live, and they showcase some of their work. The copy, it's okay, but it's the same to everyone. It's a bit boring, and they could explain a bit more around, maybe even leaving like a 5-star review example and showing someone happy in their gardens. I think what they've tried to do, and completely understand it, is they tried to basically get all of their work in a few ads. Like, one of them's got like 8 different images all in one ad, and I don't know, but like, personally, I'd probably miss that. I wouldn't even notice any of the detail in it.
Yeah, I think what they've done, because they do a lot of stuff within their business, which is good. So, like, fair play to them creating the multiple ads. But things that can really, like, even like, I'm not again I'm being a little bit critical, but when it says shop now on the button, it's not really a shop now, it's more of a get quote.
Yeah. And like you said, they're trying to show off everything, but why not do one campaign for the patio? One campaign, and then you can build carousel ads, which you can scroll along and show examples. And I think what we know works well is happy customers.
Yeah.
And I think that's what will resonate with people that can do the work, because ultimately you want to see that money, however many hundreds of thousands of pounds you've invested into doing up anything to do with your home, you're happy with the end of it, and you want to get that across to people. I think as well with Nottingham Landscapes Garden Designer, these are obviously getting clicks. Okay, they are guiding people, and will show where they're guiding to in terms of their website, just the normal Wix website. What they aren't doing and what they're missing out on is retargeting people. So that feeling you get when you go on website, Amazon, any e-commerce site, and immediately they know what you've added to basket and haven't checked out. They should be producing specific ads that are talking to people like, do you still need a quote for your patio? Because they know anyone that's clicked that ad, they can retarget.
I also think in terms of, like, for example, and again, this will help you definitely in terms of trying to qualify the lead better and know what they want as well. Is like, for example, yes, you've got multiple ads here, but you could just do one campaign of saying, like, we're Nottingham Landscape Garden Designers, and then all you need to do is bullet point what you do. You don't have to go into details like fencing, patio, laying patio, like returfing, for example. And then what that does is someone will click on the ad, they go, okay, this is what I'm kind of looking for. And then when it takes you to the landing page, instead of taking you to a website where it can be a bit confusing, you can always start off again with, they enter their details, and then all it is they can push a button which says, like, I want fencing done. And then there's a lead that he says, okay, that lead, they want fencing. So you know what they want as well. So when you go and speak to them, it's like, okay, I see that you want the fencing. It's all about having that. It might sound like, oh, this is stupid, that's like, why would I want to do this? But actually, if you were doing it and if you wanted to inquire about something, you need to understand it's like what the process you would like as well.
Put yourself in their shoes.
It is, because people can get put off. It does happen like that. It's all about trying to keep them intact with the ads, so they fill in their details and they inquire what they would like.
quick interruption here for people that want to generate leads quickly in a local area, but maybe you know your website's not up to scratch and you don't want to pay an expensive website developer. You should look at a thing called Facebook lead gen ads. And with our new product, the Local Biz Booster, we can build you a short-term package which introduces you to how to leverage the power of social media advertising for your service or business. Links in the description to find out more about the Local Biz Booster and how you can start using it to advertise today. Right. So we've had two people up. We've had one with a great creative, but perhaps not utilising Facebook ads to its full capacity. These guys, Nottingham Landscapes and Garden Designer, who clearly get it. They know there's a lot of things they can do. But again, maybe bring some more like character and flavour into the copy. Try directing it to somewhere that's a bit more user-friendly, and also use people, whether it's happy customers or whether it's them, like them in a video going, hi, I'm this, I do this, here's some of the recent work we've done, because people buy from people. All of people in landscape and any tradesman knows this, and it's why you've got to work on your pitter patter to get the deals done, because people like to get on with people that they're letting in their house and their garden for the next 2 months or whatever to do some jobs. Right, the last, but by definitely no means least, company we've got is WGS Landscapers. Immediately you'll know that there's a lot of capitals in these ads. And it reminds me like of that, you buy one, you get one free, just being like hammered. And the interesting thing about this is if you look here, is they are promoting a lot of, or promoting heavily, these posts around who wants to win a free Indian stone patio. Great idea. Okay.
Yeah, idea, fantastic. Like, but in terms of the process after,
the execution of it, it's one of the things I've got to applaud them for is I don't know how Facebook's actually let this ad be approved, because often if you do things like share, comment, and just like and share this post, Facebook will go, oh, I don't like that. Don't put any spend behind that, because it basically looks at that as hacking the algorithm and a bad user experience for people. Also, what's the long-term results of this for this brand? Yes, they might get a few followers, and yes, they'll get an instant spike in like and shares, but it's not necessarily leading to more website visitors. It's not necessarily listening to more inquiries and quotes, and there's not a long-term email database of customers to go back to. Okay, and I think that's why we think these guys have got like the right idea. They know they need to make a splash and cause some attention, and they've picked a service that they think is popular in the local area, and they've got a special offer as well. But I think, like I said in the last one, make it a bit easier to read, breaking it up with the use of emojis, maybe just relax on the capital letters a bit, because I don't know why, but I think overuse of capital letters makes me think things are a bit dodgy. It just does. And you can see that some of these adverts, again, they're showing off their work, patios here, some nice work here, but where's the people? Where's like the customer success stories, talking about reviews, and there's mixed call to actions with call this number or send us a DM. And it's not like an intuitive thing on Facebook. You can't like click and call someone. So it adds in those extra steps. Whilst, like we talked about, getting a lead effectively and like cleanly, making it easy for the user, could make it much more effective with their ad budget. But I like how they've tried to grab attention. And just like that dog for the other landscape gardeners, at least they're trying to do something different. And we've got to applaud them for that.
Because I mean, like I think what James says, I mean, if you're watching this video and you've not even touched or done an ad, then it in a kind of, not in a horrible way, but this, for example, they're already ahead of you in that terms. And like I'm saying, like in terms of like if you need to, or you're not sure how to understand, I mean, hopefully this this video helps you understand and gives you the first steps of actually like, all right, that's great. My Facebook business page, and let's see what I can do. It will probably in your area as well will put you ahead of a lot of your competitors. So the opportunity here for this type of business the trade business is still massive, because I think all of them are currently really, or unless you go to, for example, Checker Trade, is one that,
fantastic
but again,
services, and
yeah.
the big nationwide brands, they get it. And like that full end-to-end thing we're talking about, they're doing. And like I said, the middlemen, Checker Trade, they're running simple lead generation campaigns and then selling you back that lead. That's the way they acquire leads, is through digital marketing. And quickly on,
and the percentage is quite high, so hence why doing it yourself, you save your money.
Yeah, and get across more about what you want. And without doubt, people will be coming up to you and go, oh, I saw your ads, and it will make your business feel bigger. It will start growing quicker. And unlike other marketing channels and things you can spend money on, is you can see everything. You can see how much a click costs, how much a lead costs, how much it costs to reach 10,000 people within 3 kilometers of your house, or how much that compares to people within 10 kilometers of your house. If you're expanding to a new area or a new region, you can micro laser target into them. We've got a tool which we really like running competitions, and I think we should get in touch with WGS Landscapes after this. It's a tool called Viper.io, again, link in the description, which helps you run competitions but gives you long-term sort of results and feedback off the back of it.
This Viper campaign is more of a structure than what you see from these other competitions that you probably see on, for example, Instagram. So like this post and tag a mate, and actually really you can't track the people that, if you want to give out the prize to the winner, you kind of pick a random winner. But this one actually puts them in, say, like a league table, and then they compete against each other in terms of how many points they get if they produce an action from the campaign itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's all around running effective giveaways, because if you get someone to actually enter a competition, you can get their email database details, and you can slowly nurture and give them more information about your service, why it's great, and what things they should consider before actually going through with getting a new patio or redoing their garden. You can tap into people's competitive element, like Ash said, and encourage them to perform actions like our Instagram, like our Facebook page that the other company were doing. But it's not just a randomized picked out winner, which normally on these social media competitions where people say, like this post, and they bang on about it for a week, people get a bit uppity because they're like, oh, I bet it's your mate. I bet you just picked your mate as the winner, or your cousin or whatever. And that can actually lead to some negative pushback. This one, the winner is the person who's earned the most points, who's invited other people to join the competition, who's performed the social actions you want, and you've got every entrant on a database for you to reach out to with your service. Because if they've entered a competition to win a new Indian stone patio or whatever it was, they're probably interested in an Indian stone patio. And that's what these guys have got their minds in. They know it's going to cost them a little in terms of goodwill, resources, materials, and marketing budget to get a lot of impact. So that is like a set piece campaign that people can run, and we can help this forward. We can help you with this. But I think what you need is a bread and butter thing that's bringing in leads like daily, as you sleep, as you're having breakfast, getting your coffee done, as you're working on other things.
And it's cutting the grass.
Yeah, exactly. All while generating leads on autopilot. And I think to break it down is you want to make sure that everyone in your local area who's a homeowner, perhaps even landlords, someone who's just moved house, who's shopping in IKEA, who's spending on other home improvements, you are getting in front of them and you're showing them a bit about your business, different services you offer in different campaigns, and making it easy for them to get in touch with you. We'd always recommend as well that you have some sort of process of following up with them automatically. It's not relying on you to call them back or write emails individually. And there's a few ways you can do this. One of them that we really like is using like a cost calculator. So you'll have probably seen it with Foxtons or people at estate agents, and they want your lead. And the way they do it is go, look how much your property could sell for now and get your free property valuation. Mm-hmm. We can build calculators like this on different websites, and it basically gets you their email details to see how much their quote would cost. one, you know what service they want and what they're interested in. Two, you've got a rough approximation of their budget and how willing they are to go ahead with that job, and you can assess the quality of lead. And it just helps with that. They're already invested in it. Another thing that we've seen work really well is ultimate guides too. We've seen ones before in like loft extension industries where it's the ultimate guide to getting your loft extension. So you're going out there with information and value, and they download this guide, which is obviously from someone who sells that service. It puts you above anyone else in the market because they're perceiving you as like an expert. You're giving them free advice. You're getting an email database, email in return, which means you can follow up with a email sequence designed to like coax them into booking that free quote or estimate. And it follows up. There's other things in terms of different PDF guides you can do. It could be the 10 things to know when adding 100,000 onto your property in 2021. And you're not just going in there about landscape gardening, you're also offering advice for people who are doing it like bathrooms, whatever. And the likelihood is the people who are investing into their home are the ones that you want to capture.
Perfect example for a landscape garden would be just like, for example, when someone's looking into fencing options, you could write a blog in terms of what best in terms of like, would it be just what's better, what works better? Is it concrete posting or is it wooden posting? The types of fence as well. People will appreciate that more because they want some advice because they're not sure in terms of what fence they want. I mean, it's exactly the same with me, to be honest. I mean, when I had my fencing done, I wasn't really sure what was the best possible route to go for. I went concrete posting in the end because the wind won't blow anything down. Well, I hope
landscape gardeners comment in if Ash has gone for the right choice. If he's gone for the right choice for concrete posters, let us know your opinion.
Also, like when you talk about the cost calculator, that's perfect for your business in terms of, you see the ad and someone wants to play around the cost calculator to see how much fencing would cost. And again, it would give them the idea of, like, for example, the quote and, what you could provide for them as well. So, it helps them understand, which again is another important process because you're teaching someone as well.
Yeah. Now think about it when you're buying something. Normally you're searching for information before you even start looking at who to get that service from. How much more does a guide to what fencing should I look at for my garden in 2021 encourage people to at least click through, see what it's about, more than buy, like this, and banging people over the head with your sales strategy is people aren't ready to buy straight away in your industry. So go in softly, give them value, create an ultimate guide to PDF or the 10 things you need to know about, insert your service here, and start using that, because anyone who clicks on that is interested in your product. Then you can start retargeting people in. Okay, if you are a landscape gardener or anything similar and you want help running your ads and how to effectively turn clicks into customers, there's a link in the description below to book in your call with me and Ash. We can start putting into practice all these things we've talked about, or even you just want a 30-minute call to go, look, these are the ads I'm running. Are these okay or are these shit? We will happily come back and tell you about that.
Yeah.
And that's all from us, I think. Any more?
That's it.
For those of you who want to get started on leveraging the power of social media advertising right now from just £75 a week, here is one of our new products, the Local Biz Booster. Local Biz Booster is guaranteed to make your business talk of the town and is designed to get you overflowing with customers fast. Take a look by going to evergreen-growth.com/localbiz. I mentioned that calculator which can help you get leads in for your business. Well, we've got one of them, so you can work out how many leads you could expect each month by using this service. Like I said, it's evergreen-growth.com/localbiz, and you can find out more information and how you can sign up and start generating leads ASAP.